this is going to be a tutorial for setting up clothing toggles on your avatar within Resonite and having them on your context menu here as they appear, like this. So like something like this. How I can turn my hoodie on and off, my pants on and off, my glasses on and off. Now I'm going to keep my glasses off because when I switch to the POV of my head, my glasses are in the way, which is weird, but again, that's not something I'm going to cover here as to why. But this is going to be a tutorial for setting up clothing toggles, so let's get started. First thing you're going to need is the Resonite developer tool, which this is under your Resonite Essentials, Tools, Developer Toolkit. Double click on that and it'll spawn it for you. So we're going to go ahead and equip that. You're going to hit secondary and click Open Inspector. From here, double click on your avatar, just like that. You're going to click this button up here to make the avatar the focused menu item of your inspector here. We're going to expand centered root and root node. Now, before I get started here, I'm actually going to open up a second menu because we want to work with two here to do this. Alright, on this first menu, I'm going to work with the clothing toggles here. And I'm going to actually delete this one, and we're going to start from scratch so I can show you how to set this up. But the reason I want two is because you're going to have to jump between two for certain item references and menu options and stuff. But also for myself is because I forget how to do this a lot. I'm going to have my reference items over here. Alright, so I'm going to double click on root node. I'm going to click this button here. This is going to create a child within the menu. I'm going to rename it to what I want it to be, which is clothing toggles. I'm going to click this again to create another child within that. So you're going to do that for every clothing item. So this avatar has three main clothing items, at least on the outside. It's the beanie, the shirt, and the pants. The pants aren't on right now, but also for me, I like to have the items I'm working with actually toggled off. And to do that, you're going to find it within the hierarchy here. You're going to be under root node, double click on it, uncheck is active, and you'll see it turns off. The pants are already off, so I'm going to go to shirt, and I'm going to turn the shirt off. Now the shirt is off. So here, I'm going to rename this child item to the shirt. That's going to be the first one I'm going to work with. Alright, so I'm going to go back and double click on the parent item of the menu here. And these are the three items you're going to add. It's going to be context menu submenu, context menu item source, and root context menu item. To do that, you're going to hit attach component. And we're going to go to Radiant UI, context menu, and the first one you're going to add is context menu submenu. Context menu item source is next, and then root context menu item. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to click here where it says my item under label, and we're going to rename this to clothing toggles. So this is the text that's going to appear on your Radiant menu that comes up here when you hit secondary on your controller. We're going to change its color next. I'm going to make this one green because these are the main clothing items. You can choose whatever color you want. From here, let's see, so yes, I'm going to drag and drop clothing toggles, the parent menu item, here to items root under context menu submenu, and then I'm going to drag and drop context menu item source into this item field here in root context menu item, just like that. So this section is now done. You don't have to touch this anymore. We're now going to double click on shirt here. So I'm going to expand this so I have my references. Alright. At a basic, you're going to need three main items: button toggle, context menu item source again, and value option description driver. And I'll get into the value option description driver in a second here as we get deeper into this. Alright, so The button toggle is under Common UI, Button Interactions, and Button Toggle. We're going to go back and back again, and now again, Context Menu Item Source is under Radiant UI, Context Menu Item Source. Now we're going to go back again to Common UI for the drivers. That's where Value Option Description Driver is, and you're going to select the Value Option Description Driver bool. Now we can close that. We're done with that. All right, so now the button toggle here is what's going to be our active inactive state of the shirt being on and off. So I'm going to go to shirt over here, double click on that, and I'm going to drag active into the target value. I'm also going to drag that again into the value here for the Value Option Description Driver. Okay. From here, under Context Menu Item Source, we're going to drag label into the label field of the Value Option Description Driver and do the same thing for color. All right. You don't have to worry about this section anymore. You don't have to worry about the button toggle anymore. We're only going to be working with the Value Option Description Driver from here on out. What this is going to do is make it so that when you're in a clothing item, so you notice I have different text here, colors are red and green. Red for me is the clothing item is off. Green means it's on. So if I click on hoodie, my hoodie turns off, the text and color changes, hoodie off, and it's red. If I click it again, my hoodie turns on, it changes the text to hoodie on, and the color changes to green. To do this, we're going to first click the add right here. So now we have two different things here to worry about. So this is going to be our off state, and this 0 one here is going to be our on state. And we're going to reference the on state. Check that box right here on reference value. All right, up here on the first one, we're going to go to label. We're going to name this shirt off. On the second one here, our referenced, we're going to name this shirt on. All right, now we're going to change our colors. So shirt off is going to be red. It's going to be the upper color field here in this black section. Click on that. This menu will pop up. I'm going to drag this cursor here into the red. Hit save. And then on shirt on, again, the first color section here. For this menu, on here, I'm going to drag this down to the green area and then drag that up into the green so it goes green. So you should see red and you should see green. And now we're ready to test it. I have the avatar on and I'm going to switch to it back again real quick to smooth POV so you can see. All right, so now you should see clothing toggles. You go into it. Oops. Shirt off is red. Shirt on is green. Now let me switch to the third person view here. So again, this is what it looks like on the outside. And that's your clothing toggles.